page up. Alright, so we're back to streaming. Hopefully the audio's fixed. I got one headphone on, one headphone off. Let me fix that.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. It says we're live. Alright, so we're back to streaming. Okay, I can hear myself on YouTube. I got one headphone on, one headphone off.
Yep. Woohoo!
You can hear yourself?
Cool. I hear myself.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Yes.
Alright, let's keep
Alright.
you up here.
We're live, man. So everybody that's watching, thanks for tuning in. We're kind of forced to do No Streetlights Podcast virtually, as everybody would probably expect because of the COVID-19 outbreak, which is plaguing the world, man. It's crazy.
Killing us, dude.
It's a friggin' pandemic.
Yeah.
Like, these are the things you read about in your social studies textbook in high school, you know?
It's crazy. You know, like you said, this is the kind of stuff you read in your high school textbook. This is like World War III kind of shit. I don't know, man. Hopefully we all get through it and we all get to say, yo, you know, we lived through coronavirus, you know?
Yeah, I'm optimistic about it. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's
For sure.
unfortunate that people are dying. People are
Yeah.
getting very sick, and the severe cases, you know, it's most likely they're going to have long-term damage, but I'm optimistic about it.
Yeah, me too. The only thing, you know, that for me specifically, is the asthma, you know. So asthma, you know, this coronavirus is really attacking people with respiratory illnesses and underlying, you know, conditions. So, you know, for me, you know, it's pretty funny. I'm walking in places with a glove or two gloves and a mask on, and people are staring at me, you know, looking like I'm a psych patient. But hey, dude, you know, look, I'm taking every precaution, you know, that I have to. I'd rather look stupid for 3 months than catch this, because I know that this thing would put a beating on my lungs.
I was
That's
just
for
going to
sure.
say that. I'd rather look silly than get sick.
100%.
know.
That was always the motto growing up with my I'm just trying to fix OBS real fast, that way I could see myself. It's very weird not being I see you,
Yeah.
but it's weird because I don't know, I could have like a boogie hanging out of my nose and I wouldn't want the people to see that.
Oh, man, you're good. Don't worry. I'd text you on the side if you did.
But yeah, you know, the kind of the motto at the Yankee games was, you know, dude, would you rather have 3 coats on and a pair of gloves and look like a big, you know, doofus, or would you rather be cold?
Yeah.
And, you know, my uncle was like, yo, we'd rather be cold.
Yeah,
So
be ready for
bundle
it.
up.
I mean, me and my 2 brothers were in Boy Scouts, and the Boy Scout motto is be prepared.
That's it,
So,
man.
we went on camp outs with, like you said, layers. You got to be ready.
Yeah. You have to.
I mean, we're ready. We're prepared. I mean, I've been home since March 13th. I mean, that was the last time I drove my car, besides taking it out yesterday. And I was doing 55, man, and I felt like I was doing 75. I was from the left of the lane to the right of the lane. It took me a minute to like get used to driving again. Especially
Where'd you go?
sick, you know. Well, I stopped at your house, you know that, and then I went down 97. I drove 30 miles total. I went down 97, went to my parents. I asked my dad if he had multivitamins, because I stopped by the supermarket, and let me take a step back. I was reading that I learned vitamin D, how important vitamin D3 is, man. I had no idea. It helps support your immune system. It helps supports your respiratory health. It helps prevent respiratory tract infections. So I was like, I need some of that. I need some vitamin D. And I haven't been taking a multivitamin in a long time, so I stopped at the supermarket, got a multivitamin, the only one left on the shelf, man.
No shit.
You get home, look at the box, 50 years and older. And I'm like, oh, man. So I Googled it. I'm like, I don't think I should be taking this. So I got a different multivitamin. So now I have like 200 pills that I really shouldn't be taking. So
That's funny.
I stopped by my parents' house, threw that in their mailbox quick, and then I came home.
Nice.
So I still got a full tank of gas, yeah.
So we have vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, and we each have a different multivitamin. But for the D, C, and the zinc, we all take the same. I'll show it to you at the end of the podcast. When I take vitamin D,
Mm-hmm.
I feel so much different, man.
Yeah.
I feel energetic. I feel happy. And I'm not gonna go balls to the wall and kind of pipe this up,
Push it.
like
Yeah.
But me personally, I feel happier and I feel a little more energetic. It's not like, oh my god, I just drank a cup of coffee energy,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like, hey, like I can
Like
do my
well-being
chores.
energy. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not snapping at everybody because I'm exhausted and stressed.
Mm-hmm.
So I highly recommend it, and I'm glad you're doing that. So you have a multivitamin.
Yeah, I got a multivitamin. I should have brought it over to read it
Good.
off, but before that I was taking 2000 IU or UI vitamin D. We ran out of vitamin C, but I drink OJ whenever my sugar goes low too, so I'm good there.
Yeah.
We got zinc, but I'm not taking that daily.
Yeah.
Only because I took it when the whole thing first came out. I started working from home after Friday the 13th in March, and I took zinc for like 2 days in a row, and then I googled prolonged use of taking zinc supplements, and it didn't look too good.
Yeah.
It's a diarrhea,
Scary.
stomach pain. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Zinc is the only I guess we'll call it a supplement. It's like the only one that you could like OD on. Like you could really hurt your body by taking too much zinc.
Yeah.
And like, for me, I'd rather just not take it.
Yeah.
Look, if I took 2 vitamin C pills by accident, or 2 vitamin D pills,
It's
my
no biggie.
body exactly. But with the zinc, I'm gonna skip on. We have that too. My mom actually bought it for me because she's like, "Oh, zinc, they're giving it out at the hospitals to the coronavirus patients."
Yeah.
But I'm like, yo, I'm not risking it. Like Corinne
No.
takes it, but
Yeah, if I feel a cold coming on, like I got the
yeah.
flu in January. Like I'll take it 2 days in a row and that's it.
Did you get the flu shot this year?
No, I didn't.
Dude,
It's
I haven't
crazy.
gotten.
I was on a good streak. I didn't get the flu shot for a few years, and then, man, did we get whacked this year with the flu?
Yeah.
That thing hurt.
Yeah, I remember it. Yeah, both of you got it, right?
Yeah. Well, we
Oof.
went to a wedding. We went to a wedding up near Kingston, Shokan, and somebody there must have had something, man. We shook a lot of hands. We hugged a lot of people, and honestly, 2 days. We came home, and like the next day, Heather had a fever. She wasn't feeling good, and I was like, "Oh, shake it off. You'll be fine. Take some zinc, vitamin C," and then the next day, I had a fever.
Oh.
Called out the rest of the week, and we were good within a week. But
Yeah.
a lot of people are comparing this to the flu, and it goes on longer than the flu, and a lot of doctors are saying it's not much like the flu.
Yeah.
It affects your respiratory system, but there's differences.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I was like, obviously, I think you should get vaccines when it comes to everything. You should get your, you know, measles, mumps, and all that. As a kid, you need all of those. Obviously,
MMR.
MMR. I'm very like, I don't have kids yet, so I'm not 100% on it, but I do know that my sister would space these out, right? So. There's been a lot of reports that if you get, the same thing a few of them at once, you might see some,
Type 1 diabetes or something.
exactly. So,
Yeah.
So she spaced them out, but now going back to the whole flu thing is I haven't gotten a flu shot, dude. I can't tell you 7 years.
Years, yeah, me too. Yeah.
Years, and it's really making me. This coronavirus is really making me rethink it.
Oh, me too. I'm gonna get it next year. Yeah.
I'm gonna probably get the coronavirus one, and I'm probably gonna get the flu one. Obviously, I think the first batch of the corona, I might skip.
Right.
Right. Like I might skip on that. Might let other people take it.
Some guinea pigs
But
take it.
I'm definitely gonna do the flu, and then hopefully, the second year, of corona, if it's even out, who the hell knows?
Yeah.
But I'm definitely turning my view around on that. I think they're important, and it's tough, man.
It's
Freaking
weird
tough.
to think what it was like without vaccines. I mean, that's why once again, go back to social studies textbook. That's why when everybody came over here to North America, it wiped out the Indians.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I'm definitely gonna get my flu shot next year though.
The Indians were like, these dirty motherfuckers coming over here from
Sons
Europe.
Of bitches. Yeah, I
clapping us.
I think I was watching Joe Rogan because he read a book about, for Native American settlers, and 90% of them got wiped out by, by illnesses from the Europeans. But yeah, I might, who knows what's gonna happen with the vaccine? I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? The ins and outs of what it's like to create a vaccine and the laws around them. But I did read on Reddit that they have to have 14 months. Even if say, I make a vaccine and you're ill and I give it to you and 2 months later you're great, we still have to wait 14 months to see what happens to you afterwards. So
it's the only safe to do,
Yeah.
You gotta let that shit, someone could grow a second pinky on their hand. You know what I mean? On
Right.
month 8, everybody's running around with a second pinky, all right, we gotta cut that vaccine.
Right, shit, I would still take it. I don't want to I'd rather have a second pinky than
right, shit. That might work out with gaming, you just, you can hit shift and control. You can start key binding control now a lot more.
Yeah.
But, it's something that I really thought about, and, because I said to myself, I kept saying, man, they need to come out with a vaccine, and they have. Obviously, they're working on it, and like you said, there's a process. But then I sat there and I checked myself. Bro, you don't get the fucking normal flu vaccine. What are you doing sitting here talking shit?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm all right, I think as a whole, I turned around. But, I've always been pretty on top of disinfecting, and dude, I have
me too,
I've had
now.
hand sanitizer and in my office and in my truck, before coronavirus even hit. So I mean, dude, I was buying in the Dollar Tree. They used to sell, we probably won't see these for a year, but you used to get a nice big jug for $1, and I leave it in my truck. I leave it in my truck door, and that's it. And I have it in there, and I keep beeping Discord. Somebody's tagging me or something. It's bothering the hell out of me.
Hey, go ahead and fix that. I wish I brought home I had hand sanitizer in my cubicle at work, and I'm so thankful I can work from home, on this prolonged stretch. But
yeah, man,
I think I had 2 of those little fun size, 2 of those little travel size, like Germex and Purell, and I left them there. But it got me thinking. I looked up on Google how to make hand sanitizer, and as long as you have aloe vera and isopropyl alcohol, you can make it. It's you need 2 times the amount of as alcohol as you have aloe vera, and then they said to mix in if you have any essential oils like tea tree or eucalyptus or lavender, to mix that in, and so we have so much alcohol rubbing out. Booze and regular alcohol rubbing alcohol. Yeah. So we can make some. I don't know if we have aloe vera, but
that's a good idea. And you know what, dude? It's really, I think this whole thing is, you can still hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, good. Just because I changed some settings, so I wanted to make sure, and it had the notification sound. I wanted to make sure it didn't take away my sound. But I think this whole thing is going to change everyone's scope on life. I know it did for me. Now people are creating their own face masks. Like you just talked about, people are creating their own hand sanitizer. You have, brewery companies creating hand sanitizer. You have all of these people kind of thinking and doing, things that they're really not, meant to be doing, or that they never thought about doing.
Yeah, outside their scope of work.
Exactly. And I feel like, for Corinne and I, dude, we haven't ate out much. We haven't been obviously doing much. We've been saving so much money. We cut cable. We cut a couple other things, and we're like, dude, we really didn't need them, in the first place. So we're saving money. We're doing things on our own. It's really kind of bringing us back to, dude, we were fucking spoiled is the whole point.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Oh, my God.
You have to reassess what you're doing.
Dude.
Adjust. Absolutely.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. I really do. And I hope that coronavirus takes the economy and it kind of just, obviously when this is all over, people aren't going to have like, the money to go spend. Dude, I think a movie ticket last time I went was like almost $20 a head,
Yeah.
right? So I think it was Corinne and I and Matamoros, it was $40. Then you get the popcorn, dude. At
Some
the end of the night,
popcorn.
it's
Yep.
60, $70, right?
Hmm.
That's a lot of fucking money for the
To see
movie
a movie.
theaters.
Yeah.
So, and dude, people aren't going to movie theaters for a year or two,
Yo, definitely.
because they're
Yeah.
all nasty. Everyone thinks coronavirus is living in it.
Yeah.
So, like I hope it just kind of says to these companies like the movie theater, like, I can't think of anything
Restaurants,
at the moment. Yeah,
movie
just,
theaters.
take these prices, and we already know we could live at home.
Hmm.
We already know we could watch Netflix. We did it for 6 months with coronavirus. Let's not rape people every
Hmm.
time they go out, in their wallet. Just, shit, the economy's looking rough right now. There's 30 million people unemployed. Let's drop the movie tickets down to $7.99. You
Right.
know what I mean? That's what
Hmm.
I'm hoping for. But you
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah. I think a lot of people have to, in businesses, have to reassess and understand what's important because, I mean, in a business, of course, all the big corporations are trying to make money, but they
Oh,
have to
hell yeah.
understand that they are providing a service for people. And, I mean, if I were to
Yeah.
start a business, and this is just personally speaking, you want to stick to that service that you're providing that person and make it the best service you can, you know. When I was
For
working at the
sure.
restaurant, waiting tables, that's kind of the way it was. You want to give that person the best night out that you can. I'm not cooking the food, but
Of
I'm
course.
gonna try to give you the best service I can. So,
Give you the most attention,
mhm.
try to, help, pay, give you plenty of detail to pay attention to.
Yeah,
And like you said, restaurants are gonna be are hurting, bro. Right
it's
now.
crazy.
Ugh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, sorry to interrupt,
No,
but
no, no. You're good. You're good. I feel
even
so bad
before
for them.
this whole thing hit, I read a statistic that 70% of restaurants that start out, 70% of them go under within the first 5 years,
Yes.
and they have it. Think about getting that much food in the amount of people you feed. When I was working at Crossroads, I don't know how long Conrad was there, but we were feeding like 150 people a night, man.
Ooh.
And you're
That's a
open
lot.
5 days a week. If you miss a delivery, which happened, believe me,
Oh yeah.
you'd be impacted for sure. So now that this thing hit, it's wild. It's wild.
Yeah. Like right now, like somebody said to me, and they're trying to do the right thing, but there's a time when you need to do the right thing, right?
Time
So
and a
you
place.
have, like, right now, it's not the time to tip the restaurants. Like, because guess who's working? You have one guy in there taking the orders, he's cashing you out, and then the cooks and maybe a couple cooks and the owners there.
Hmm.
Wait until those people who are sitting at home, the wait staff, 5 or 6 of them, come back to work and then start tipping like a motherfucker.
Right.
Like I already told Corinna, like I prepped her, like, yo, look, when this goes back in, those waitresses, those waiters, those bartenders, we're helping them out ASAP. Every
Hmm.
time we go out, you're getting a 25% tip, a 30% tip. Or guess what? We just won't go out if we can't do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But every time we go out, we're going to tip big. We got to help those people get back on their feet because, you know, I got very lucky, but and obviously I'm not going to, you know, go too deep into it, but, a lot of people lost their jobs.
That blew
Even
me
at the
away. Yeah.
place where I work, and of course it wasn't my decision, but it's so tough and it's hard to tell these people, hey, look, man, unfortunately you're not going to be getting paid.
Hmm.
Luckily a lot of them are, decently off, and some of them are retired and they have social security and a pension,
Hmm.
but some of them don't, and they're struggling. So I feel for them, and
Yeah.
hopefully when this shit goes back to normal,
They can
things
pick
pick
up where
up.
they left off. Yeah.
Yeah, and this.
It blew me
Go
away
ahead.
how many people lost their job because here I am working at a place where I can work remotely and do everything. Everything that I do in that building, I can do at home, man. Besides stand up and go actually physically talk to someone.
Yeah.
So it blew me away just hearing how many people lost their job. I mean, it's so many people that when they go to in, I was going to say enlist, when they go to file for unemployment, the website's crashing.
Oh,
That's how many people. And, yeah, you told me about, the guys who are working under you, and I don't know if you heard, but a few other people in our family, they got laid off. And, it's wild.
in your family?
Yeah, Steph. Yeah,
Oh, that's
she's
right.
taking
Yes,
a seat.
yes.
Yeah, she's taking a seat. But
Oh,
hey,
it sucks.
maybe it's gonna work out in her favor because they got a baby
Yeah.
on the way.
You always got to look at the positive, the bright
There's a
side,
silver
for
lining in
that.
everything.
Yeah. Hey, and like you said, that makes sense.
Yeah.
She's pregnant, keep her home. Tough for Rye.
Yeah.
But and obviously tough for her as well. But they'll make it. They'll make it through.
Yeah.
Especially with this federal stimulus thing. I think that's going to help. Obviously, it's putting a Band-Aid over a ginormous bullet.
Yeah.
Bullet wound. It's like a shotgun shell just went through you. So, a Band-Aid's not going to do too much, but it's going to help out, hopefully. And I know that what was passed was one check, and apparently they're drafting up stuff for us to get a second check. So we'll see if that happens. Hopefully it does.
Yeah, hopefully it does.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, you hear it everywhere, but this thing really is a wake-up call. And for me, I'm not gonna lie, it affected me mentally in the beginning heavily. I was sanitizing everything. I was thinking about everybody in the family, and just what the future would look like. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing, but we're gonna get through it. And I forgot where the hell I was going with this. It kind of just took me back and helped me reassess what life actually is.
For sure.
There's more to life than getting in your car, driving an hour to work, driving an hour home from work, and there's so many people that I see at work and outside of work that are just, hi, how are you? And you keep walking. And, you really don't think about them too much. But it kind of brought me back to, the outlook that I had on things in my childhood. Because when you're a kid, you pick things up and you assess them like brand new, fresh. So I took that kind of spin on this and, reached out to Graham, reached out to a few other people, and just to make sure they're all right.
Absolutely.
We gotta
you have to check in.
Everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. That's important, and checking in and making sure everybody's good. That's what everybody's doing right now. You have to, especially and you're working. I'm working. There's a lot of people right now. Obviously, like we were talking before, they're not working. So right now, there's a social. We've never went through a pandemic with social media, right? So you have this kind of connectivity right now between people who are family and friends that can help support each other, help spread good news and the positive vibes, get them out there. If we did this 30 years ago and we had no internet access or Facebook, Google, Twitter, all that shit, just imagine it then. You could probably have no contact with people. We wouldn't know what the hell's going on in New York City. We'd be listening to the news,
the radio,
and that's it.
Yeah.
It would be tough. I'm very thankful that we're at this point in life going through this. It could always be worse.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm seeing
totally
a lot of people who are. I use Zoom. I don't know if you know what Zoom is, but it's like what we're doing right now. You can share your screen and video chat and call people. And there's so many people that are downloading that and using it for personal use, and I use it every day for work. And I never thought ever like people would have a home application for that.
Yeah.
Home,
There's like a couple TikTok videos. I'll send them to you.
Okay.
And it's it was like there's a song called like Boss Bitch or something like that, and it's like 2019 the most successful companies, and it listed off like I forgot who it was, whatever, and then 2020 it said like it introduced like 2020 most successful companies: toilet paper, hand sanitizer, and like all the it was pretty funny. But going back to what you were saying before, was last week I had a moment where it was a 2-day span and I'm glad it was only 2 days. And I personally went into a dark place, depression wise, right? So there was a time in my life when I was a teenager, and I fell into a 6-month depression, right? So being able to be depressed for 6 months with zero, I'll be honest, zero help. Being depressed 6 months and then being able to climb out of that really taught me a lot about myself and about life. So last week I had a 2-day period where I was depressed. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to hear any of the shit. Didn't want to hear any of the negative stuff. I was like, when I came home, it was bed. That was it. Don't want to talk to anybody. And being able, the point of the story here is being able to pull yourself out of that dark place. It really shows who you are. And a lot of people are, they're going to be caught in that dark place. And me, I'm very lucky I have a job and, I have a support system, etc. But there's people right now that don't have squat. And somehow if you're listening to this, I want you to know that you could pull yourself out of that dark place. Because like I said before, I was in it for 6 months. And obviously it wasn't anything like a pandemic, but depression's depression, it's real. And it hits you mentally and physically. And just know that you could pull yourself out of it, and you will. You have no choice. You're not going to live life, depressed, forever. And, be strong and pull yourself out.
Yeah,
and,
man. A lot of people, that happens to a lot of people. It's a widespread thing. I mean, a lot of people just have, and even myself sometimes, like you were saying, I went into a dark place. Just looking at the coronavirus subreddit, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I can only imagine, right?
It's just bad news, and you got one little thing of good news. But a lot of people just want to check out. And like you were saying, that point where you check back in, start growing a lot. Start taking a lot of responsibility for things. And like I was saying before, it reminded me of my childhood when you just pick up one thing, you start focusing on that and learning a lot about it, and you can do that with anything. So even if you do get laid off, you can pick up anywhere. You can make
absolutely better. Man. Grocery stores are hiring right now.
Amazon's hiring. I saw that.
Amazon's hiring. Right now, your dreams aren't in effect. You know what I mean? Right now, it's about surviving. If you got to go to Peck's and Walmart and ShopRite and Sam's Club and stock shelves for 6 months, you got to do that, But, next year you could work on being, the most successful, blah, 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 fill in the blank. But for right now, you got to do what you got to do. And, I hope people kind of realize that. But
yeah, you can't, like I was saying, when I was going through that coronavirus subreddit, there was one post on there that said, if your mental health is affected by this, just stop paying attention to it. Because it's going to be bad. That's the thing.
Dude.
You walk in there thinking that there might be a spring of good luck, and it's going to take some time for that.
Dude, there's probably so many prescriptions rolling out right now for anti-anxiety medications.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? It's not Zyrtec.
Xanax?
What's Xanax?
Xanax, yeah.
Xanax facility is probably fucking.
And look at the liquor stores. They're deemed essential. Marijuana stores in Colorado, they're deemed essential.
Look,
people are affected.
all right, Richie rant, get ready.
Go ahead.
I saw in Port the other day, there was a line, and these they were like cows at a slaughterhouse, right? Mm-hmm. They're 6 feet apart, outside the liquor store, wrapped around the block, bro. All the way down whatever street it is. I'm just sitting there, and I said to myself, I'm like, yo, and this was like a week ago when people really didn't know what the fuck was going on. Mm-hmm. Dude, I couldn't imagine being that person there for an hour waiting to get into the liquor store. Like, oh my God, I need to get liquor.
To get that bottle you're going to finish in 4 or 5 days,
Fuck, dude. I'm like, dude, I know, a lot of people, like Corinne, for example, she needs a glass of wine, a few times a week going through this shit right now. Mm-hmm. I get it. But, fuck, dude, I couldn't imagine, a lot of people have a problem. So they, it's not a choice. It's not like, oh man, I could really use a glass of wine tonight. It's, I need my scotch tonight, or I'm
Right.
gonna fucking get, cold sweats and shivers later
Tremors.
tonight.
Yeah. Right.
I just, I was roasting I was roasting them bad when I was driving, bro. I was like, oh my god, and of course, none of them have a mask on. None of them have
Right.
gloves on,
Yep.
and they're all, let me stop.
No,
But anyway,
I hear you, man. We went to the liquor store last week. We picked up a bottle of Chianti, and I
yeah.
got literally the last bottle of Proper 12 in that store, and
The one in Eldred has
the
Proper
one.
12?
Yep, but it wasn't the tall bottle. It was just like that
Yes.
rectangle bottle. So I got one drinks left worth of that. And we got
I
some
can't
champagne.
believe that's
We
in
like
Eldred.
mimosas. Yeah, I know. Wasn't it surprising?
Whoa.
I used to go to the place in Milford or Port Jervis to get that. Yeah.
Wow, dude. Yeah, I'm never going to Milford ever again.
Yeah.
It's
No,
like a 30-minute drive.
It's crazy because it's hard. It's really hard because here people are stocking up on toilet paper and paper towel and essentials, and there's people bashing those people stocking up, saying they shouldn't do that. But I get both sides. I definitely get both sides. But
Yeah.
it's time to stock up. Like I ordered all my diabetes supplies. We
Smart,
shop
dude.
from home orders. We got a freezer full of food.
Yep.
It's hard, but at the same time, you really don't want to do that because you want it to be. When I went to PEX, like 7 o'clock last Friday or 2 weeks ago on a Friday, and I went in there and they didn't have a lot left, and we were getting cheese yogurt. I was picking up yogurt, and my natural instinct was grab this one. I want a blueberry, strawberry, banana. I want this and that, and then like it took me 2 seconds. I was like, no, there's not a lot here. Like I don't even know what they have in the back, but I kind of want to put 2 of these back. So I touched it, but I did put it back. Somebody else wanted that.
Yeah.
So
We kind of went through the same thing. We went. They closed for a day, PEX, to restock the shelves, and they opened at 7. So we went at 7, and fucking parking lot was filled, and there was people in there. So similar, I get the last thing of paper towels. I was very lucky to get some, and then I go over to the steak. Because you know me, I've been cooking up a storm this winter.
Oh, yeah.
And he had 2, we'll just call them 2 plates. So one plate had 4 New York strips on them. And so I immediately grabbed both.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately. And then I put them in the cart and we went down. And I look at, and then we got to the paper towel roll, or the paper towel aisle. And I grabbed the last one. And that's what made me think. I grabbed the last paper towel. It's fucking 7:05. They just opened 5 minutes ago.
Right.
And I'm like, I look at Corinne and I'm like, should I put this back? I was like, we have chicken, we have steak, we have pork chops. I'm like, should I put this back? She's like, yeah, go put it back. So we went and put it back. And it's tough, like you said. You want to stock up, but then you got to think about everybody else because we're all in this together. I do feel really fucking bad for the whole toilet paper thing, though.
Yeah.
That's like paper towels you could get away with,
Right.
You're going to have to do a lot of laundry, cut up some shirts, put the paper towel, put the cut up shirts on your oven. We can make do with paper towels, you know what I mean?
Right.
But with toilet paper, it's just a shame.
I mean,
and
the only other things you could use are napkins or tissues.
Yeah.
I mean, I was reading articles of people in California. They were flushing T-shirts and rags and stuff down their toilet, causing septic problems.
Dude, the last thing you want to do is wipe your ass with a napkin and you have your finger poked through. Oh! But that's why I'm like, fuck, man. Like the whole toilet paper hoarding. Like how many shits do you plan on taking? The average thing of toilet paper is. And dude, look, here's the thing. You have to. The whole point. Let's get this PSA out. Another 1 10-second Richie rant. The whole point of stocking up. If you're gonna stock up on toilet paper and paper towel, then stock up on food. So that means, you have to do a little math here. If you buy 100 fucking rolls of toilet paper, it's because you don't want to go to the store within the time that you would use 100 rolls of toilet paper.
Right.
So buy that much food and then stay home. But no, these people are buying, 80 fucking rolls of toilet paper and then going back the next week and buying more toilet paper.
Right.
Like we gotta use our head here, and hopefully now everything's kind of adjusted. Everybody that I come in contact with, obviously, you guys were so gracious last week. Got to talk to you. Hey, do you need anything? What's going on? A lot of my employees, that are unfortunately laid off right now, I said, hey, call me if you need something. Do you have toilet paper? Do you have paper towel? Do you have bottled water? It was big for me to just check in with people and make sure that, everybody had some stuff. And then, I offered a bunch of people before I went to PEX that day, hey, do you need anything? I'm going. This is the time to go before things get bad. But, apparently, not to switch subject off the groceries, but it just popped in my head and I wanted to get it out there. Cuomo just said the Apex in New York, I'm going to come back to that. The Apex in New York is 6 to 8 days away.
Yep, I heard the same thing.
So now, I think that's New York City.
Right.
I don't think that's New York the state.
Rural
because
New York. I agree.
Exactly. People need to realize it's not going to be the Apex up here.
Well, let's also, sorry to interrupt, but also Long Island.
Yes, Long Island.
City in Long Island, yeah.
Tanked right now.
I think I watched, Cuomo, I see stuff live on YouTube every day with Cuomo and Trump and so, but I saw some statistics that said, like, New York City is definitely up there, the biggest, they're not really county, but number 2 was, pretty sure it was Suffolk County.
Yeah, and like you said, that's Long Island.
Yeah.
Right? Long Island and
Suffolk.
then Staten Island.
Nassau? Yeah. Damn, I gotta stop.
Nassau.
Yes.
All right, so here we go. We got the breakdown. So, Albany. Actually, let's just start with. We'll do top 5. All right. We'll do top 5. Oh my God, dude, we're not even gonna. Dude, Bronx, 12,000 cases. Is this positive? Hold on one second.
Okay.
No, that's positive. Fuck. Okay. All right, here we go. Bronx is 12,000 positive. Kings County, 17,000. Nassau's 13,000. Queens is 20,000. Suffolk County is 11,000. So that's the island, and then Westchester's 13,000. So that's got to be majority of the 113,000. So right now in New York State, we have 113,000 positive tested cases. That's a lot.
But the wild thing is that's 5 days ago. So I don't even know if you know this, but my dad got tested 2 days ago, and because he was in contact, one of his employees tested positive, his whole family tested positive, and his dad is actually. It's depressing, but his dad's not doing good. He's on a ventilator. My dad had to get tested. He was in contact, and he did the drive-through thing at Catskill Regional Medical Center, and he's like, well, I'm not going to know the results for like 4, 5, or 6 days. And everything I'm seeing on Reddit is like, oh, so-and-so, they came out with a test that can get the results in 45 minutes, within an hour, within 2 hours, and it's crazy. I just feel like a lot of people are behind on this,
Oh my God, yeah, and these tests came out, but these won't be in hospitals for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It really makes us rethink about. Now the testing thing, it's a new virus. It's gonna take time to develop it, but with PPE, personal protective equipment, it's a fucking wake up call. So we bought. Besides 3M is like the heroes right now. So besides 3M, masks, gowns, rubber gloves, respirators, all of these things. What's that?
The hairnets even. Like you gotta cover you gotta cover that.
It's all made in China.
Right.
It's all made in China. So now we're a step back, we're a step behind, waiting for all the shit to come in. Meanwhile, USA's, underwater. So I think it's a giant wake up call for people. I think you're going to see a lot of government funded, obviously it's a private business at the end of the day, but I bet you the government will be giving heavy tax deductions to people to start, PPE companies around here. Because I doubt we're going to make this mistake again. I really do.
It's crazy. I
It's
saw another article where, damn, I wish I had it up in front of me, but Alabama, I think, got a shipment of 5,000 masks, and they weren't even good. They were dry rotted with an expiration date of 2010.
Ugh,
And that,
2010.
you know, it
20
just,
fucking 10.
dude, it really irks me. It really grinds my gears to see how a lot of hospital administrators are urging the nurses and employees not to wear masks because people are going to get concerned. People are going to freak out,
Mm-hmm.
But it's for the better well-being of everybody. That's what
Yeah.
gets me. But you know what? I think we're going off a little bit. Do you want to jump back to what you were saying about the Apex?
Yeah, and just to finish that up too. My fiance's a nurse, and they have equipment, but they are running deathly low. They're telling these nurses, and obviously it's not the hospital's fault. It's a worldwide issue.
Right.
Nobody, we're not sitting here pointing the finger, asking for a riot. I'm pretty sure it's, hey, use this for the entire day. This is your set for the day.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy in my opinion.
Yeah.
But anyway, Orange County, I just wanted to get these two numbers out here. Orange County, which is where,
it's our neighbor.
Yeah, it's our neighbor. It's where a lot of people work. It's where a lot of people shop. And some of our family members live there. Right now, there's 2,800 positive cases as of yesterday in Orange County. And then 193 positive cases as of yesterday in Sullivan County. So
I think there's like 5 deaths in Sullivan, too.
To go back to the original point of the conversation was that New York is gonna apex in 6 to 8 days. It's not the rest of the state. It's New York City, and then it's gonna obviously climb its way up, right? So you could already see, like, if you go to the COVID-19 tracker.health.ny.gov, you could see obviously from the south it's the worst, and then it's going up and up and up and up and up and up and up, and it's traveling north.
Yep.
That's how it's gonna be.
Yeah, everybody's trying to get out of the city, and when I went out yesterday, it was like a whole new world, man. It just blows my mind that I didn't drive for like 3 weeks. But when I was by my parents, all these people are up from Jersey, like these houses that have nobody all year long, even some.
How much money are you saving on gas?
Oh, it's crazy. I still got a full tank. It's nuts.
That's awesome.
But yeah, everybody's coming up, and you can't blame them. Like, it's America.
You can't.
They own the property. They want to get away from everybody who has the virus too.
Yeah, and a lot of them don't. I would say half of them do, half of them don't. It's you're playing Russian roulette, and everybody's going to do the best, thing that they think is best for their family. So, like you said, you can't blame them. They own the place. So,
right.
But anyway, hopefully soon, if that means we have an apex in 6 to 8 days in New York City. I'd say we're a couple weeks behind New York City. So maybe in 2 weeks we'll hit our apex, and then the numbers will go down. Once you see numbers in New York City starting to go down, that's going to give people hope, right?
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the turning point because, New York's a hot spot right now. I could tell you California is going to be the next hot spot. And then I'm pretty sure like Louisiana, New Orleans and Florida, these people are going to roll, to be the next hot spots. But once you see New York get through it, it's going to give the nation some hope.
So what got me was, I told you I was watching some Cuomo today on YouTube. Those statistics he was talking about, New York is the first state with the most cases in America, and then New Jersey's number 2. Get this, I thought number 3 would be California, but it's Michigan.
Yeah,
Michigan.
Yeah, Detroit.
Yeah, isn't that surprising?
Yeah, unfortunately, what was 2? California?
New Jersey.
Oh, it was New Jersey.
California's 4, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's these big cities, and, it's the luck of the draw.
Yeah.
China was so irresponsible with this and that they knew about this, and they were letting their citizens fly the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Once this was discovered, airports should have been shut down. They could have saved tens of thousands of lives in Italy,
Literally.
thousands of lives here, thousands of lives in Spain. You know, it's just sad to see that, you know, they didn't kind of hold up, you know, to, you know, their end of the humanity bargain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's wild. It's something that's definitely going to be studied as time goes on. And, you know, story might change here and there, but here we are witnessing it, experiencing it firsthand.
Never trust in China, bro.
No.
Buying all my Japanese Japanese products.
Yeah, I just ordered some green tea from Japan, and you know what? They you know, it doesn't have a regular USPS tracking number. It's got a Japanese tracking number until it gets here, and it hasn't come yet. And I was surprised because usually it comes quicker when I've ordered it in the past. And I actually got an email from the company, and they're saying, you know, we're wishing you good health and so, you know, whatnot. And they said we're actually not allowed to ship to the U.S. right now.
Yeah.
But he also said in the same email, we're changing our shipping to DHL, which can go to the U.S., which we usually don't do, and it's going to get there faster. And then he told me my package is in Queens. It's in Queens. So when I get that, you know I'm going out to my mailbox. I'm going to disinfect the mailbox, the mail, you know.
Leave that shit, spray that shit, leave that shit on your porch for 2 hours, bro.
Yeah.
And then see, a lot of people are going to think I'm crazy. Me, I'd bring a hairdryer out there and blast that motherfucker. You know, open the box out there, take your tea out, disinfect the tea, and leave the box out there. Don't let that box come in your house.
Right.
Ugh.
You know, by the time this is all over, and I didn't make this up, this is something I read, it's going to be evident if we didn't take enough precautions, but it's not going to be so evident if we took too much precaution.
For sure.
You know, better be safe than sorry.
Dude, that's my life story, man. It's my life story. Trust me. There's this meme. I wonder if the webcam can pick it up. There's this meme, and it says, you know, you're out to dinner, and the waiter goes, or the cashier goes, "Sir, your bill is $20.20," and it's essentially it's not gonna work.
I know what you're talking about, though. We could put it up later.
and it shows like a dog going through a flashback.
A little dog, yeah. His eyes are squinted, and he's thinking, and
hand sanitizer, empty
toilet paper.
Yeah, empty grocery store toilet paper and a fucking wheelbarrow. I mean, it's fucking hysterical. The content that we've been getting, at least on like Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, has been hysterical.
Yeah.
So it's been making people more creative, you know. But
I saw one video of this guy who they did like a mock interview on the street, like a mock news interview. And it's this guy, and he's talking about, you know, everybody's freaking out about the coronavirus. There's not too much to be scared of. You cough a little bit, it's fine. I spray him down, and, you know, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Everybody's going nuts about it. And then the guy recording behind the camera goes, whoa. And out of nowhere, he whips out like a disinfectant bottle, and he's like, don't mess around, man. Don't mess around with me.
Dude, there's a ton of good shit right now. Yeah. And I love it. I entertain it all. We don't have much else to do. Yeah. So, you know, you might as well. There was this guy. He's by himself. I think it obviously was a skit. But the guy has Woody at one end of his dining room table. And the guy, he's got a heat gun. Like, you know, like the super glue gun? Like the hot glue gun?
Oh, yeah.
He's got it up to Andy's head, and then Buzz Lightyear's sitting on the other end of the table, and the guy goes, "Don't fucking make me do it, man! Don't fucking make me do it, man!" The guy hot glues the cowboy and puts him down, and he goes, "That's on you, man." I mean, it's just, you have people going through, you know, shit like when they're 5 years old again. You know, we're playing with toys. We're playing. You know, we're playing with, you know, we're using our imagination. And honestly, that's good. You know, it gets everybody as we were talking before, it brings everybody to, square one.
Yeah, yeah. Some of these things I'd love to pull up because I could show them. I
Oh,
could show them on the podcast, but I just
dude.
gotta be careful of what we show.
Of course, yeah. Anything with music is probably a no-go.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, here's something cool. Now that I'm looking at myself, I got you on one monitor, and then I got the stream on the other. Now that I'm looking at the stream and myself on my camera, I see my computer,
hmm,
and my buddy Mike finally built his own PC. Finally built his own
beautiful.
PC. He was really pumped about it, and I helped him pick out the parts. But what's funny is he's never taken apart I think he's taken apart his laptop partially. He's never built a computer, and he's like, "What am I gonna need?" And I told him a screwdriver, a lot of patience, this, that, and the other thing. I helped him build a computer over FaceTime. Man, I
Wow.
helped him build the computer over FaceTime. Don't get me wrong, he did all the work, but if he had a question, he FaceTime me and pointed things out.
Yeah,
Helped him install Windows, and he got it working, and it looks great. It's so cool.
that's awesome. Yeah, dude, the power of FaceTime is real right now.
hmm
It's funny. I see people like eating meals while they're on FaceTime with people.
That's what I was
To
talking
kind
about. Yeah, people
yeah.
just Zoom, FaceTime and Skype with each other. At you know, and this was all available before the outbreak.
Oh, for sure.
That's the
We
ironic
didn't,
part. We
dude.
kind of getting forced to do this.
Yeah, and me, I was bred for this shit. Being a gamer, we're used to this shit.
Oh yeah,
We're used to, staying in front of our desks for hours on end.
yeah. Tell me
But for
about
a
it.
lot of other people, it's tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, now that we could do that, I think I'm gonna start saving these videos, and then
hmm
hey, if people are watching, we might as well get some laughs
Entertain.
out of them.
Yeah, that's what we're
Yeah,
here for.
yeah. But yeah, man. For me, really, I know, obviously, we spent a lot of time talking about the coronavirus and the positives and the negatives, but um, you know, I think it's something we had to talk about,
hmm
and I'm sure we will continue to talk about. But I think it's important for me and you um, to look, past the coronavirus, and maybe not even things that are positive, but just other things.
Oh
I
yeah,
think it's important that if folks are watching, that we give them something else.
absolutely.
I wanna create an escape,
hmm
for people, and whether five people watch it or one person watches it, if we could kind of zone them out for an hour,
Yep.
hey, we
That's
did our
probably what they're
job.
coming here for. That's probably what they're
E-
coming here for. I totally agree. It's
exactly.
hard because we haven't done a podcast in a few weeks, and the whole coronavirus is just right here in our face. Wherever we
Yep.
go, social media, turn on the TV, it's there.
Everywhere,
So
dude. We can't get
yeah,
away.
I mean, I think when we do another podcast or the next one and the next one,
Oh
we
yeah.
might talk about it for 5 minutes. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah, no, and I'm not talking about, for this one, but I'm just talking a future goal for us, you know. Um, as a podcast is, and a community, hopefully people are watching,
mhm.
send us things to, things that maybe you caught that, we wouldn't necessarily catch, and we would love to share it. We always want to, create an escape and, make people, smile and happy and crack a laugh during this hard time. Obviously, we're just, like you said, this is the beginning of it. So of course we have to talk about it, and we'll talk about it for months.
Mhm.
But I think, you and me were pretty down to earth people, and I think that we could do that for folks.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. If we focus on the virus 90% of the time, we're gonna go stir crazy.
yeah, dude.
So
And dude, I know people at my job. People at my job are recreating procedures and
mhm.
X, Y, and Z. I mean, there's 1,000 things that these people they're redoing things. They're like, hey, I just put out a new X, Y, and Z. Oh, the next day, hey, I just put another one out. It's a different. We switched. Blah 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 blah. People
Uh,
are bored.
yeah.
People that are working are bored right now, and it's like, dude, guys, calm down. Let's get our job done here, and let's not recreate the wheel 7 times. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But anyway, I don't know where that just came out of my mouth,
No,
or
it's
where
fine
or why.
because I'm
But
thinking to add to that a little bit. Now that I'm working from home, it's like I'm. It's crazy to say, but I'm moving less than I would if I was at work, even though it's an office job. You know, the bathroom's right here, the fridge is right here. I don't have to walk to the caf. I don't have to walk to the bathroom. But I kind of have to force myself to get up. I'll step outside in the sunshine, get some fresh air. Really can't do that at work except on my lunch. Yeah, it's a difference though.
yeah, we went for a walk today in Port.
Oh yeah.
You know, we took the dog down and we went for a walk and just like you said, just getting outside and moving. You know, dude, people are like, you know, going for a walk is like going to the
there are
fucking
people
dinner
on
and
my
movies
road
right
that
now.
I have never seen in my life. In my life. I mean,
And you two walk a lot.
yeah, I mean,
Before this, you two used to walk multiple times a week.
Oh yeah. I mean, we did like 2.6 miles today. We walked 4 days last week. We're always walking. We're usually walking over 2 miles a day.
Yeah.
So.
And it's funny because now you're, like you said, you're probably seeing everyone come out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
And
people riding bikes, walking dogs, running.
And dude, again, it's like, this is good.
Yeah.
This is good. This is what we need. You know, we had it too good. Mother Nature was like, yo, you guys are too fucking spoiled right now. Watch this.
Yep.
And some guy ate a bat. Just kidding. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I don't know where the hell this came from. But anyway, Mother Nature was like, watch this, guys. We're watching, all right?
Yeah. We're going through it. We'll make it out.
That's it, man. But, hey, dude, I gotta say, I love this.
Oh, me too.
I love this.
The setup's good.
Even when shit goes back to normal, like, dude, if you're home and I'm home and we just don't feel like, you don't feel like coming over here, I don't feel like coming over there, you know, maybe 1 week we do in studio, maybe 1 week we do out. I like it.
Yeah,
it's
I like
cool.
it too. It's crazy because this headset was sitting for a long time. I got
to blow the dust off of it.
Yeah, when I got it, I used it religiously for a while, and then I put it down, and now I'm using it for work. I'm using it for this. I like it.
Getting your money's worth. What kind is it?
It's a HyperX Cloud 2. I think that's the name of it. But it's nice. It came with inserts that are leather, or you can use like cloth inserts.
Ooh.
So right now I got the leather, and it's comfy. I feel like the leather compared to the cloth, the leather keeps all the other sound out, and it's more comfy. So.
Dude, I bet headset companies right now are making moolah.
Oh,
Turtle Beach, Razer, Corsair, HyperX. Everybody's probably making dough. But, all right, bro.
All right, man.
I think we accomplished a lot today.
Yeah, I mean, we came on here just to test it out, but
this is great.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'll just take a look at how we can put stuff up in the future. You know, if I wanted to share my screen with people and the stuff that can't get us taken off of YouTube.
Yeah, and I think so. You're screen sharing my video.
So what I'm doing is I have two monitors, right, and my primary monitor I view full screen on what we're using to talk. And for those looking at the podcast on YouTube, that's basically what Richie is, my full monitor. And then on the left, me is my DSLR camera hooked up to my capture card. So I still have my left monitor I can use to share stuff. If I want to share something, I can pull it up on my left, drag it over. You'll be overlaid a little bit for a little while, but that's it.
For sure.
Yeah.
I like it, dude. This is so cool. So cool. Hey, man, we're learning new stuff.
Yeah. Doing stuff in 2020 we could have done in 2012.
Yeah, right. Alrighty, brother.
All right, man.
I love you. Awesome,
too,
awesome time. Cool. Everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, stay positive. We'll get through it.
Take those multivitamins.
Yeah, word. Take those vitamins and avoid bats at all costs.
All right. Peace.
See you later.